Intel Extreme Master Chicago is brought to you in part by Intel, AT&T, Acer Predator, HyperX, Betway, and Pay Safeguard.
Oh, yes. So good to look back on previous years of our fundraising efforts. Chad, wouldn't you say? And Tommy, of course, joining us here at the panel as well.
That's a highlight reel better than most about Counter-Strike.
Yeah. So
well, here we go.
Oh yeah, that's like. Can you do the full open of the comb?
flip comb?
Because this is
Sure.
actually pretty. This is pretty impressive. Like he bought this with his own money.
Oh, we
See
want that
that?
up close? Do you want it up close?
I'd like an up close.
I bought it with my own. We got it at the arcade.
Look at
So,
that.
yeah.
Look at that.
Carry this
Don't-
bad boy around.
Just keep it in your top pocket. Beard on fleek for another day, so you're losing your beard 100%.
Tomorrow, Trace will be shaving it live on air, so we have enough time to assemble Henry's mustaches.
Now, I don't want to upset you, but I am not as much looking forward to your beard shaving as what we could have if we reach another goal. Anders Bloom, you said for the first time in what must be, I mean, at least a decade.
It's 13 years.
13.
Anders hasn't shaved since 2005.
So just imagine that. We are going to literally shave probably at least a decade off of this man. Where are we now? You can see, look at that, closing in towards Henry G and his fake mustache and pink nail combination. We already have the mustache, I believe, from your old hair.
Yes, so we'll get rid of that. We'll make it tomorrow. I think I can probably make several, so we'll give him several different modes that he can wear over the course of the weekend. When Matt matches, as per that cast, we will actually be up at 8,500.
Wow.
So we will just be a little bit away from having to jump in freezing cold water, which I now regret making a stretch goal.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, of course. For those of you uninitiated, we are fundraising through the month of November for Movember. It's in aid of raising awareness for men's health, and it is truly a fantastic cause. It's often not talked about, so why not spend a whole month talking about it? But with that said, we do have some Counter-Strike to talk about as well. One more time for the link, though. It is nice and easy. It's just esl.gg/csmo. You can see it there. Boom. Oh, wait. Boom. Click that, CS_Mo. Do it. And let us know when you have so we can tweet you out and give you lots of love. But moving away from the fundraising and into the Counter-Strike, fun was raised for sure. Liquid. They looked nice, easy for the first 16, 17 rounds, and then Fnatic decided to come back. What on earth? I thought it was happening.
Pushed to boiling point.
My goodness, I started to believe. I started, trying to order a Fnatic jersey online. I was fully engrossed.
Did you complete the order?
No, I will on Overpass if they close it out, yeah, for sure.
I think with this Inferno game, right, it's positive signs they were able to come back, and there were some clutch moments. We'll be catching one of them on your screen right here as to what even got them any rounds within that first half. That was a very abysmal CT side, let's be honest. There's no ways of splitting that. It was just bad. They just weren't, there was no cohesion. They felt like they were, on save rounds. They chose to force buy into certain scenarios. It wasn't a good CT side. Now, we preface this with the fact that this is Liquid's best map, and they showed why. They had a very deep T side. They were doing very clean executes, getting onto bomb sites with ease, trading efficiently. Everything looked really good. When you flipped on over, classic Liquid choke came into play.
Sure. I mean, Tommy, would you call it classic Liquid choke, or is there credit to be given to the Swedes?
I mean, you give credit, but at the same time, you can't always struggle to close up games. There's got to be something there. And frankly, I wonder how much of that is just dating back to the days when only Elysian Nitro played on Liquid from this roster, because that's when it all really started. Yeah. The pain started 2 years ago.
I feel like they kind of shrugged off a lot of that. I mean, how did the stats really shape up? I don't think it's quite as bad as it used to be. The dank memes have stopped for Team Liquid.
Yeah, and I think that Zeus made a very good point, when it was asked about making it to the final, how do they feel? Well, they're at least making it to the finals, right? And here, we discussed the fact that if they are to win this series and go through, they're going to give themselves that automatic semi-final berth. But now they have Astralis and most likely Mouse Sports on their side of the bracket. Tommy was giving me some interesting stats from that B-Stream game, though.
Oh, yeah? What's happened on the B-Stream? Got a B-Stream update for me, Tommy?
There's a lot of ROPS things happening on the B-Stream. And no, it doesn't seem like there's anybody there. It's just like he's warming up against bots.
Okay.
He's got a massive...
I think he's also playing with bots. I think it's just him and 9 bots.
What's the situation?
He cooled off a little at the end, finished only at 22.
Oh, a measly 22. Fantastic. And that's
for the first half, that is, not the game.
That's the first half.
Yeah.
Well, that adds context. I was kind of like shrugging it off, like, all right, Tommy.
So. It was looking better about 5 rounds ago. He was at like 19. The next player had 7.
My goodness. Yeah, so Mouse Sports have awoken the ROPS, and you'll be able to see him in action on the B stream. Nice and easy to find if you are looking for it. Just add a B and an underscore, vice versa, to your URL. But we are jumping
That was a little confusing, Alex.
So is the URL ESL_CSGO_B? No, it's just B. I think it's CSGOB.
I think you can go to live.
ESLgaming.com.
Yeah, it's intelextrememasters.com.
Guys, we're really dropping the ball here.
Live.intelextrememasters.com, I'm pretty sure.
One of these days, we'll just make easy URLs, but it is just nice and easy to find that.
That's also
I promise.
Very long URL.
There we go. It's right. That is right. If you go there, it's the hub. It has all of them, all the different languages, all the different streams, all the different platforms.
All the good stuff.
In one place.
But they are standing up, gents, and we have to start talking Overpass because actually, despite only having a couple of Overpass games on record, Fnatic, they haven't done too shabby, admittedly online, but they pushed Na'Vi to a double overtime. They managed to make big sweat, and they picked up a win, of course, earlier in the tournament versus United.
And if you remember rightly, Alex, you casted an absolutely bonkers twist round on this map. Now, it's probably 2 seasons of Pro League ago, but this guy, you might not even remember it. It was an AWP round. It was insane, and I remember it. It stuck with me. And I think this is where the real hybrid AWP situation comes into play for a team like Fnatic, because you're going up against Liquid, who we've already touted time and time again. Their primary AWP is someone who does it more like a utility, as like the necessity, as opposed to a hardcore like a Guardian or a Kenny S. So they have the trump card here in that regard, right? They also have a fantastic bomb site anchor in terms of crims. So this one here could be a real test. The one thing they don't have is the track record on the map like Liquid.
And the casters were talking about it before, Tommy, but the Fnatic boys, when was the last time? You've been around a while. When was the last time you saw Fnatic players cheering when they won a round? Like, this just truly, I think this is a change. They're no longer
I assume it's only the youngsters. I assume the old guys are still just kind of sitting there like, oh, come on now. We haven't won shit yet.
I don't know, man.
It tells me the fire is back in the belly, though. That's one thing. When these guys were losing or when they were winning, they were just still the same. Now, the fact that the fire is back in the belly, JW did an interview where Flusher, when he was removed or when that change happened, that it's a whole new team now. And that's definitely the case. So this is a new chapter with Fnatic, and this is definitely promising signs in this matchup.
It certainly is, and all the right people are on top. Coming into the third map of this series, Crims, Twist, and Brolan, JW, they're all within 5 kills of each other. They're all delivering, and that is going to be necessary if they want to best Liquid. Liquid top and hot favourites to get this one and convert themselves to the semi-finals. It is a battle for playoff superiority. And for now, we'll leave it with your casters. Henry G and Sadakist. How's that matching going, Sadakist?
Oh, it's, not going well. Tinder's a rough one, but I will say the charity's going great, and we are on top of that. As I think, have hit the 25,000 pounds. 25,000. Jesus, what is with me adding zeros tonight? 2,500 pounds?
That would be impressive.
It would be. Actually, we've gone beyond that. We're now at 61. We were started at 34 at the start of this series, so well done to everyone. Let's keep it rolling. I'll drop that as soon as this is over, but let's get to it because it's Overpass. It determines if Liquid or Fnatic will move on to the semifinal. Brolan has the bathroom to hold with the USP, and I think he's going to hold that emphatically because he's got Nitro already. Names are hard. Twist is dead. He's got the trade off to Brolan. That's going to open up a lot of map control for Team Liquid to approach the A site. 3 in the back. They're going to go for the boost, and that'll give Exist a bit of vision above the smoke. It's not common we see this boost, but already he was spotted, forced off of it, and really that means the site is under the control of Liquid. Body block, by the way, to try and keep Twist healthy while planting.
Problem is, Fnatic, from what I can gather, haven't played this a whole bunch with this lineup, but so far so good. They will actually have an extra man advantage here, but Twist is taking care of that. My God, this guy's good. He will get them the advantage. It swings right back in favor of the North Americans. Nafla looking to finish things off here. They know exactly where Crims is. The bomb's planted in an awkward position. He doesn't have the kill.
It is awkward because it's literally sideways.
Yeah. He tries to get them out of position, which is successful, but he had no kip. Tries to go for a cheeky defuse there. Not going to happen. 1-0 Liquid and Fnatic crumble at the last few seconds.
Both of our observers have now donated, but Peter from HLTV, what's the statistics on that $200 donation?
What stats are you looking for?
I just always call him out, so this time he's calling it in. Thank you very much, Peter from HLTV. HLTV getting on board with the hype train. Another 200 pounds jumping in, so we're killing it. And Liquid's killing it with the start on Overpass. The first round in their favor. They're going to go for an MP5. That's a leash. Nitro as well will hold out the UMP. But they did bring out 2 AKs. I do think that rifles are super important right now, given that you get into a gun round so quickly. You want to have those out. Nice nade. It's a lot of red.
Well, at this point, not really much to talk about. It's that eco round that seems to be so difficult to overcome these days. Always seem to lose a couple of kills here. Flashbang is over. You can see why these creative pushes these days coming through, but Elige doesn't care how creative you are. He'll get 4 kills with the MP5. It's a clean sweep. The SMG finding all of the kills as well. That's great for Elige. Plenty of money in the bag now for him. The rifles come out now. Fnatic will get themselves M4s across the board, I'd imagine, unless one of the players wants to get an SMG and get all the utility. Elige finding all the headshots. Well, there it is. For Mass for Exist, he wants to make sure he'll have the utility. He normally holds that B bomb site. He did so in NIP for so long with Freiburg. They've actually sent 4 players towards B at the very start. It's a great call, but look at the damage that's being received on either team here. Back and forth we go. It's going to be Fnatic with the lead for now. That won't last long. How's JW got that kill? So good. He was surely dead at that point. He had 7 HP. Dodges the bullets and somehow gets the headshot. They preempt the B strike there, knowing the tendencies of Team Liquid when they have this sort of advantage. And there will be a 4 versus 1. Now Flag will get the dink on Exist, but not the frag. Fnatic wake up and get their first round on the board, but they've got to go through a couple more rounds here. Remember, that's technically the bonus round we have these days. As Elige found them a clean sweep in round number 2. He had plenty of money. He'll buy up the Krieg now. We get into what should be the first real gun round here. JW, how did he survive?
Well, he did. That's all that matters, and Fnatic take the round. So it's back to business with the rifles. And it's going to be a Krieg for Elige. A couple of AKs to complement that. Broland's getting aggressive, M4 in hand. Double flash to the position at the playground and the party. He doesn't quite go far enough to see Fountain, but he's got support. He definitely has it in the form of JW. Smoke still in his way, but they're patient. They just want to hold off both choke points and make sure that there's no access for Liquid to the bathrooms without a bit of a fight. Shout out to Graham Pitt for the 385 British pounds. As Naf holds the underpass position, Twist will take down Naf. That's Simon. That Twist, at least. Elige waits as well to see if he can spot anyone on the stairwell.
Well, at this point, Liquid, an advantage of sorts with the 4 and 4. They've taken down Brolan. Crimson Exist holding A. In terms of the utility, they've actually got nothing between them. There's a Molotov, though. That's about it. Elige Taco start to dissect the map at this point, pushing up closer and closer. Nitro has long. A finish looking very likely with 20 seconds remaining now. Smoke's deployed. Taco to go in first. If he finds a clean entry, that could be the round. They're going to pre-fire this corner, surely. Gets the kill. And both of them in favor of Taco. That's going to be the bomb now, surely. Twist is the one to try and get it down, but he actually gets dropped. They can no longer plant. It's actually fallen apart at the very last hurdle. And it will be Fnatic to pick it up. My God. Taco's entries there, it looked like it was absolutely done there, Matt, but all of a sudden, it falls apart. Fnatic get that 1 kill, the all-important one, towards Twist, who had the bomb. And he can't hold on. There was 4 seconds remaining when he got to the site. He could have planted, but as soon as he went down, that was it. Round done.
So 2-2, and we keep it going, and the AWP as well, back out for JW. Tech9 only for Nitro, Deagle for Naf. Who seemed in good spirits between maps when I saw him in the hallway. Flames and an nade. They're really trying to pick on Taco, who wants to get into short tunnel. He gets there now, doesn't take any damage for it, so good patience by him. the Deagle. Crims to take out Nap. Couldn't do much with the pistol, the hand cannon. It's 2 kills, in fact, in favor of Fnatic. So this force from Liquid is not really yielding many results. There's damage there. They've got to smoke deep, but the problem is they've got 3 on this site as well on A from Fnatic. An early rotation, having fallen back from the bathrooms and gotten those picks, they're in perfect position. Nitro is going to have to be absolutely amazing to find information on the way in with this Tech 9. And the problem is, not only do you have the one-and-done spot at Truck, you've got the reverse side entrance from Long covered, and Broland now slides down knowing that they're all there. Good return from Twist and Elige. They can challenge Broland, but low HP. Broland's got them both. Young man's coming into this series now, isn't he?
Yeah, he really looks like he wants this. You can hear them getting fired up as well behind us. 3 players survive for Fnatic. It looks like Liquid will have to take another eco here. Round 6. Anyone's game here. What an epic series it's been so far. Fnatic getting us also invested in the second map, Inferno. One hell of a comeback, but not quite making it the full distance. Got themselves deep in the double digits. But now a difficult task of closing things out against one of the world's best on Overpass. A young team here. Not only in age on a few of the players, but the amount of time these 5 have been together has not been long at all. Losing some key names in the Fnatic unit. Bringing in Exist to be in-game leader. Brodan and Twist brought it for the firepower. It's JW and Crims that remain from the original core.
Broland still just hanging out now with the upgrade on the AK. He'll hold. He'll have the shadow. He sees that shadow, tries to fire in. Nitro baits it reasonably well. I'm still maintaining what you say in that I wish shadows were client side as well, because there's so much more you could do with them.
Yes.
Or at least, at the very least, be aware of how they're working against you. Quick shot JW, and it should be okay. All right, I was gonna say Taco should be dead by now.
Oh, it gets 2?
That's not bad.
Okay. That was so much more than he was worth. Not only does he pay off the debt of the P250, he removes about 10 grand's worth of kit as well on the CT side. Not bad. Not bad at all. As we're getting round number 7 here. We'll see Fnatic with quite the lead. But the AK is coming out once again. Liquid will not be eliminated if they give this map up. Same story for Fnatic, of course, as well. But this is our final series, final map of the evening, I should say. Round 7. Good grenade damage towards JW. That was towards Shorts, as he'll actually have control of that area, but they've snuck through in a contact play towards Monster. Are his teammates going to be ready for it? Absolutely not. Exist dropped with 1 bullet from Naf's AK. JW will drop the flames and buy himself some time for the rotation. The teammate is coming through. Twist only good for 1 though, and it will be a 4-3 advantage for Liquid.
Crims wants to... Ooh, good cutoff. Hold the angle. I thought he was going to swim. He denies the bomb as well as that kill.
Yeah, that's really good. And the fact there's an incendiary there as well, just to buy JW time to rotate over. What a rotation that is. So they're still thinking he's towards Short or Monster. And really, he's coming back towards Heaven, Taco. This is Broland showing great discipline. He doesn't overcommit. He understands Counter-Strike and what he has to do to win these rounds. But Elige, he's got the exact same trends, and we'll see whether he can actually hold on here. Not going to happen. Broland tight in the corner. Manages to find the 5th round for Fnatic, shut down Liquid's economy once again. And you can see they're looking so happy over there. I haven't seen these boys with big smiles on their faces getting riled up in a long time. That's 5 in a row for Fnatic.
It's a big part of it, by the way. Gretzky used to say, if you're not having fun, a 10-foot pass is hard.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's if you're just there and it's just a paycheck and you're just trying to play CS and not talk to each other outside the game and stuff, it's definitely not fun. If you're there, every time you do find success and you're enjoying it, that's fantastic. It's good to see those guys looking more animated.
Anonymous donation from End Cancer, which I am totally in favor of. Says, well done, guys. Great cause. I think Henry will look fabulous in pink.
That's going to be a pretty strong look I'm going for. I'm going to have Chad's mustache
glued on facial hair.
And pink nails. Like, that might not sound like a big deal, but imagine your everyday life.
Oh, I've done it. I've done it. I went over to study French with a girl who spoke fluent French, and partly not noticing, she got like 2 of my nails done as I was reading something.
Sure.
And then I was like, you know what, just do it. And the next day I had to stand up and do a presentation in front of the whole school, and I forgot.
Yeah. And
I was like, oh, God, this is awful.
I've got so many events coming up in the next 2 weeks or so. I've got photo shoots to do. There's all sorts of things. It's going to be a nightmare. but it's all worth it. Either way, JW, normally would nail that one. He does significant damage, well recovered, all things considered, but he will go down. Another default approach here from Team Liquid. That was them just investigating the connector. Ultimately finding JW. He hit the shotgun. It's one map apiece so far. Fnatic looking strong on Overpass, stronger than I expected. There's Elige. Looks at the boosted players. Doesn't want to go much further than this right now by himself. Taco feels comfortable to get to the bench.
So the smokes will go in, the flashes as well. Molotov's on top of it. Nitro, he's going to go aggressive. Can't win it out against Crims. If he won that kill with the amount of utility that was down, he could have actually segregated the second player in bathrooms as well, which is Brolan. It would have been tough to imagine him getting both, given they have rifles. It would have had to be pretty stupendous. But this fake, it sold them all. The Molotov holding them there, keeping them forward, segregating them from retreating to the site with the Molotov on the steps. That's pretty clever. Confirm they're in the bathroom. There's no running back. And get to B and get the bomb down. And just like that, it's a save. So Liquid's going to find round 3. 5-3, the total score after round 8.
There we go. Another round on the board for Liquid. JW and Twist go down. Pretty brutal for JW at the start of the round. Twist tries to hold on towards B. Didn't happen. And we'll see ourselves. Liquid getting himself back into it. It's certainly a CD-sided affair, but with the money on Fnatic, they'll have to hold up the 3 rifles they've got. There's enough, at least, for SMGs on the other 2. But will they want to commit with that? FAMAS could be dropped by Exist. Broran could do that as well. But would they rather have residual cash than dropping over expensive weaponry like the FAMAS? It's a Scout. And a FAMAS. So yes, they want to help their teammates out as much as they possibly can. JW on the lesser of the snipers, but luckily no AWP up against him, so not a huge deal.
Twist aggressive out toward long. He'll take the AK. He's got Elige alongside with him, and Elige has the creek. Is he ever going to scope that thing in? He's only done it like...
Yeah.
Out of the 20 kills we may have witnessed on camera of him, he may have done it like twice. That's an unintentional potential for a run boost as they walked off the flower pot onto each other's head. That would have been pretty sweet if they accidentally just threw Elige straight into their face and he ate them alive.
Well, for now, it's a very slow round. You can see Liquid do obtain long control. That's actually a real nice piece of real estate to get because you've taken vision away, you've dropped a smoke there. They now have to keep a player on A, maybe more than one, as you rotate back towards B quickly through that T-steps area. And at this point, just as that smoke's going down, you're already in position, hoping to find just 2 on the other side, but Crims hasn't moved an inch. They've actually got through Monster though, and Taco's been so good at finding these entries. Oh. Nitro, what a reaction that was to get the 3rd, as Liquid just decimate the bomb site. Yeah, sure, JW gets 1 back. If he had the AWP, maybe he could do more, but that should be the round in itself, as it's now a 4-on-2. It's the AK and Scout to try and do anything with this.
JW just looking to see if he can do further economic damage. Brolan, interestingly, not really going for us. He is. He's positioning himself to get exits, but also keep himself alive in doing so. But this is risky. He's got 2, potentially. Smart play, and gets them both. He's going to make this very costly. Credit where it's due to Brolan. It's on Elige, and he realizes he can't really go backwards. He'll stay alive. He's got 100 HP. So he's just going to absorb the blast from within the construction position. JW does the same towards stairs, and he'll go looking for better weapons because that's... Whoa, he was so close to that AK. That's why he stuck around for that long.
Taco with the initial 1-2 combo, but Nitro really stole the show with that flick. Straight onto the head of the defending player. Nice contact play as well. Once you get through Monster, that's the hardest part. And then it's just down to raw aim. Great stuff from Nitro. 34 ADR. Sits him on 1-8. That was his first kill in the game, Matt. That's pretty unreal. He has that sort of impact. That shot, and it's his first kill. He was 0-7 until then. Or 0-8. He didn't die there, did he? So
that's actually ridiculous. I was like struggling to believe that. Wow.
What a kill it was, though.
Yeah, that's spectacular.
Are they going to force buy this? I don't think so. They did save the AK and Scout. Within the past 3 months, Fnatic on LAN have 50% wins on both Overpass and Pistols. Okay. So, remember, in the last 3 months, that won't even include this lineup.
That's true.
So, we can take that with a pinch of salt. But either way, interesting. That would have included Draken, just a note. But,
It's time, Hank.
are you getting the credit card out?
Oh, it's coming out.
All right, well, you get on with that. I will confirm when he's pressed send. When it starts going, you have insufficient funds. That will be it's like, oh.
You stupidly bought a race car.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Remember, this is just pistols and light weaponry for Fnatic. Nice shot from JW to actually impact Twist like that. But ultimately, Elise gets the better of him. Scoping all over the place. You can see that Krieg so powerful in the right hands. Very different weapon to use. It's not just an AK of a scope. Trust me on that. It's a lot more difficult to control. The spray statistically is better in terms of damage and range and armor penetration. But overall, it feels very different. It's not as clean to use as the AK. I find the spray very problematic to control. As Brolan gets another kill, that's going to be a 4 versus 4 now. Twist pushing the smoke. Flashbangs come through. But this young Enigma from Sweden just keeps finding the kills. He looks so deadly right now. That's going to be his third. And Nitro surely can do nothing about this. 30 seconds remaining, but that nade actually looks decent. Takes that exist. And you can hear the war cries from Fnatic.
Yeah.
Now. That's Crims, it sounds like. He's getting
I'm digging it.
Yeah.
This is, if they can get Crims out of his shell, too, because he's very quiet.
He's a passionate player, though. When it's,
huge, big time.
When he's angry, you see that the vocal side of him come out. But we don't really see it when they're actually winning. You can actually hear him from here, which is quite cool. Liquid's third best map on LAN in the past 6 months, and that's a stat you can set your watch by. This team have been together a while. 66% win rate when played. Not bad at all. Timeout though for them. Zeus will get stuck in.
You know, I know I internet shop too much. Actually, I don't know this card off by heart. I was going to say I know this card off by heart, but I just made a mistake, so obviously I don't.
Roland, excellent round for him. Really gunning for MVP of the series. They can pull this one off. Just looks so confident in situations where he shouldn't, where he should be considering falling back, and maybe out of luck, he seems to find the aim that can get him almost out of every situation. So an eco for Liquid comes through, coming to the dying stages of the first half here. Smoke down towards middle from the CTs. We haven't seen many orbs here. I'll say that much. At least with them having much impact. Flash is over. Liquid working together as a unit. It's Brolan once again with the shooting gallery this time in the bathrooms. You can see you get a bit of a shadow as FTs walk in. So holding an angle like that, it's actually very beneficial, especially against these pistols when they haven't got much utility. We'll see shots exchanged, but I don't see a world where Fnatic will give this one up. You about to hit send?
Oh, it's done.
It's in there?
Oh, it's in
the
there.
system. Flying through the internet tubes right now.
Check it out. Hang on, gotta find it. Do a little screenshot. Proof. We nailed it though, Hank. We've done well. You know who's doing well with these pistols? Nitro specifically, because he's dinked up Crims.
He has got a dink, but no kill. Broland's certainly going to nail Elise there. 30 seconds remaining. No chance of a plan, I'm afraid. Just hoping that a mistake is made, but it looks like it's an impeccable performance so far from Fnatic. They're going to get their 7th. They really want this. Inferno was just a tease for the third map. They got so close. Looking to find that 2-0. We've got a few more donations coming in, Matt, here. Jay, how I'm going to say this one.
That's why I gave it to you.
Treg Illigas.
Treg Illigas? All right, fair enough.
£100 from him. Thank you so much. Nicholas Massinen with 200. James Banks, good lad, £100 from him. And Matthew Trivet, £2,500. Young man from Canada, thank you so much for joining
Aspiring to be an esports caster one day.
Yeah, amazing stuff, guys. We're really killing it now. The ball's rolling there. Keep your donations coming. We'll keep reading them out for this series when we can. But Brolan, that's absolutely stunning. With the AK as well, pushing up like that is an AWP's angle. He takes that with confidence with the AK. They don't expect it. And Twist gets a taste of his own medicine, perhaps, as it's an early 5-on-4. And Brolan, trust me, I've said it a few times now on various broadcasts, but in 2019, he is going to be one of the biggest names in the game. He looks unbelievably good for someone that has barely played a year of professional CSGO. Unreal, his rookie season. And looking like one of the absolute stars on the server right now.
He's absolutely, yeah, there's been so many young players come out. I remember like from like 2014, even like late 2013 to early 2016, I remember saying like, oh, you know, you're locked out. Taco, again, same, that's like the same sequence.
It is, the exact same sequence.
Unreal. But it was like you couldn't get into rosters if you were young. Now it's young players like every month. It's amazing.
They're cheap. And they're not going to be tainted by an ego or bad tendencies. You know, it's quite an exciting prospect. But that was so good from Taco. How does he keep finding those clinical entries like that? Looks so calm. JW gets flashed by his own teammate, but the HG follow-up's not bad. That's from Brolan. They'll definitely go for this one. They know the damage has been inflicted. Running out of time, though, but Brolan, he doesn't need it. They're going to smoke towards short. They're presumably just go for this defuse and try and bait out Alige and Naf. That's the full commitment in the spray. They might as well go for it now. They know both players are here. Brolan doesn't get both, surely. Surely doesn't get both. Alige go for the triple spray down, but the defuse is there. Great effort as he uses the Krieg to maximum potential. Isolated by 2 smokes, flashed off as well, just expended 30 bullets in the initial exchange. Recovers, gets 2 kills, can't quite find the third though. You can only do so much. And it will be 8-4 as Fnatic pick up their 3rd round in a row. Bomb planted and a player surviving. Still not really enough to justify an investment here apart from the partial buy. But what's an epic display from Alige. I thought that was going to be pulled off. I just feel the last bullet like just firing off through the smoke, connecting with the head, but wasn't meant to be.
So we get our first timeout. It's going to be used by Fnatic. Despite that they're up 8-4, Liquid's still trying to battle back into this game. I thought this was actually just going to be a straight-up Liquid map. You said it. We hadn't seen it. The stat was 50% on land, but that's a different lineup. We haven't really seen this lineup on Overpass, so I thought Liquid was going to be running away with it. Instead, it's taking brilliance for them to pull off rounds and keep it level. Now, mind you, it is still, give or take, a T-sided map. So, or sorry, CT-sided map. So they're absolutely in this, but Fnatic is absolutely holding on, making this a case, and they'll do so again this time with the better weapons. It's Alige that has the Krieg, Taco only with an MP5, so Twists tries to run in. That does take the op shot into consideration because he has to reset. In resetting, he gets a little bit chaotic in the site. Brilliant from Simon. As Twist stands tall from the pillar, and ooh, Exist cuts off Nitro. I thought they might be able to overwhelm the AWP player. Not gonna happen. Good composure from Fnatic. JW will close out on Alige as well. That now means Naf is the only one left. This is going 9-4. Great start to this game from Fnatic.
It's actually really good to watch. It's not like they're fluking out and winning all the clutches or anything like that. They're looking great as a unit. Brolan's firing on all cylinders. He's hitting every single shot. Twist stepping up with the AWP in this particular round as well. But this was the Eco they fended off. We got a nice young man from Alabama, USA called Tress Saranthus. He's going to donate £150.
I think that's not his real name. Thank you, Shelly, for the £150. I'm kidding. I made that up. That's awesome, Trace. Stunna getting in on it. And that puts our total. Oh, we're not quite to the 10K. At 10K, we have to do the polar bear dip, isn't it?
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
I'm really not very good at remembering things. We will get into round 14. Twist with the AWP. Same story for Nitro, Taco, Galil. And you see his brilliant boost looking towards short. It's so cool to see this comboed up with the smoke as well. This is Fnatic. They definitely have some moves on this map. You can see they've got 2 boosts going on different parts of the map. You don't actually see that too often, you know. Like, sure, you'll see both of these boosts quite commonly, but at the same time, and it's like a little setup they've got, That's pretty cool. You can't hold that for the whole round, though, of course. You don't know what's going on towards long. But still, that's really cool to look at. I think they've probably dropped off in the connector position.
Up for Nitro. They really have to pull this back now because they've lost Naf. The underpass. Twists. I'm confusing myself. Swedish Twist is looking really solid on the AWP this game. Last round especially, when they tried to just run at him. Taco does at least pull this back 4-on-4, but that op is still in position. Couldn't quite do it. Has to go to the pistol. Still pulls it off.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Well, it's only 3 players remaining, but they are right on the mouth of the bomb site here. I actually think Team Liquid might have this. Oh my goodness, JW, you're an absolute god. How has he pulled that one off? So calm, so confident. And he had a disadvantage at that point as well. That's Yumpy shouting. I recognize that voice anywhere. As he looks hyped. Wants to see them make it to the playoffs here. And we go into the final round. Liquid looking locked out on their T side. They've only got UMPs and Galils, a couple of AKs, but still not looking all that good for them.
Yeah, not the best, is it? So 10-4, I gotta give it to them. Fnatic's looking solid. And maybe this is just building on the momentum. Maybe they want to get loud like LDLC. Maybe there's something in that. They seem like they're having fun. They seem happy. They're pumped. They're not taking any, or I shouldn't say they're not pulling any punches. They're taking every fight. They're getting aggressive. They're getting in their face. And again, Twist on the op is looking so solid. Smoke goes down front side bathroom. That's the second one that will hold off Liquid for longer. So a bit more passive hold this time toward the A site. Missed the last round of the half, and it's just SMGs. No tracers to be muzzled because there is no silencer, unlike the MP5. So therefore, the shots go in, and Elige gets tagged to 78. Brolan will find out where Taco lives and knock on his door.
Well, still doesn't get any easier for Liquid here. The absolute favorites going to this series, and they're not looking too hot right now, but they do have a 3-on-2, but not for long. JW and Brolan, this combination has been overwhelming. It's been difficult to shut down, and I don't think Nafly has enough resources available to him to get anywhere near this final round here. He's going to have 3 players all around him. They know exactly where he is. He might try and book it back towards the B site, and does he even have time to do that at this point? No. He'll have to just hold up and stay here, hoping one of them rotates perhaps the time he's waited. Oh, there's one of them leaving at least. So that's successful in one respect, but not so much in the other. Fnatic, really well played in this series so far. They've got themselves in a really promising position. 11-4 in their favor, but we know how good Liquid can be on the recovery. We'll find out after this break if they can do it in the third and final map.
Things are looking good. Adam Freiberg has put in 100 pounds, and that brings us near that polar bear dip. I'm going to be in my native climate when we do that.
I hope we have health and safety on board. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. A few people might not be able to handle as well as you, Matt. Either way,
I'm probably going to be the worst. You watch.
Fnatic with 11 rounds on the board. Who would have thought against Liquid? They're the favorites going to the final half of the evening. They'll send 4 players, make it 5 now towards B. They've got 1 smoke. Are they straight up rushing this from shorts? It looks to be that way at least. It's going to be Brodan to lead the charge here. There's not much presence right now, but will the CTs come to life? There's the boost, and Twist so hitting the barrels. They've done a great job so far. Oh my goodness, Twist keeps finding the headshots. Everyone goes down. He gets 3, and Crims left in an impossible situation. It's never that simple against Liquid, as now Crims is left with the impossible task of a 4 versus 1 with just a Glock in hand.
Elige has the chance to jump again. Whether or not he wants to, that's up for debate because Crims is still in the water. This would be Liquid bringing it to 5, winning a pistol. And bringing this game back on. This could go the distance. I really do think so.
I think you might be right there. Considering that's a pistol victory and quite a convincing one of that. This is such a classic play. If you look at the floor, behind those barrels, you actually can't be seen in all the chaos. If you stand up at the right time and start lighting them up as your teammates take the aggro, especially with that boost there as well. That's such a clever setup. It can be quite deadly. There you go. Full eco now from Fnatic. No bomb planted, so AK is still in the 3rd.
Nitro going to throw a nade. JW, he's going to work out from the T-stairs with all of his team in tow. Only 1 player kind of trailing off the wake. And that is Twist. He's out toward long. Nitro with the MP9 has a gap to look at, sees them, and fires into it. Why not? Going to do some damage. No need to overextend on that, so he'll fall back to the site. Flash, they don't quite catch his teammate, Elige. I thought he was just going to run around behind them. He could do that, but the problem is they can also swing on him. He needs some support. He doesn't need any support. What am I talking about? How dare I question him? JW, all right, dude, fair play.
Why not? Okay.
No one's even walking near the smoke. They're like, we're good.
They know what he's like, though. He's still there. He's still got the knife out. What a guy. Well, it will be 2 rounds in a row for Liquid, but here come the AKs of Fnatic. If they're going to close this one out, they're going to need a clean round here. We'll see whether it can be done. Nitro, like you said, doesn't need any backup. He shuts it down pretty much by himself. Now Fly patrolling long. Protects his teammates. Round number 18. AKs across the board. See for masses for Twists and Elige. Single M4 in the hands of Taco. A bit of a bonus round, all things considered. Still quite a lot of buffer. It's still 5 rounds away from victory, Fnatic, so that might not sound like a lot, but that's still quite the task against Liquid on their CT side. Getting a boost up here in the connector with the MP9. It's a really clever little spot. So we'll get him in position. JW gets himself on the flower bed for looks of things. Knife out. That's what you have to do to actually get up there. Gives you that extra run speed. This boost, like we said, so strong in the right situation exists. Straight past him, no! Oh, Nitro tries to display trigger discipline. He does, but maybe a little bit too much. Oh, that's so gutting, Matt. That was a kill on a plate. No one else was with him, too. That's Nitro's getting an ache and getting the hell out of there. And then he gets nothing. Pretty unreal. Well, 5 and 4. 35 seconds remaining as they line up their smokes for the execution. CT's actually trying to retake the bathrooms here. This is quite good. They're playing in front of the smokes, looking to challenge. Taka does a good job to at least get the initial kill. And Elige will continue to patrol the bomb. 3 versus 2, but with that smoke down, he's bought some more time.
Good job, Elige. Good hold.
10 seconds.
Keeps the bomb down as well with 11 seconds. Exactly that. Twist C goes down, but it's fine. Elige knows the situation. 7 seconds. No chance they get it and get back to the site. All he had to do is babysit until midnight, and that's when the parents come home. And Daddy says, congratulations, it's 11-7.
That's so sick by Elige. How has he won that round? The only way he can do it if he holds in the bathrooms in front of the smoke, gets a couple of kills. Let's have a look at this first. How did he spot him?
Oh! That boost is so cool.
It is, but he had a kill on a plate, didn't take it. They still win the round, though. So you know what? No harm, no foul. As Elige smokes off the bomb, runs away, and takes the wind out of Fnatic's sails there as they come crashing down to another eco. Should have been their round. It felt like it was completely done. But Zeus not looking much happier. They know they're back in this game. Probably going to be all the rounds at this point. With Liquid coming to life, Twists uncharacteristically has lost 4 out of his 5 entry duels. Well, Taco certainly has, and he's been killing it. He's been finding so many. And Elige, with that smoke down as well, finds that kill, gets the bomb, and just holds up and runs away. He lets them play themselves. As they do force buy Fnatic. I'm surprised at that. Okay, they don't fully invest, I'll say that much. So with the 2 AKs saved in the previous round, it was a little bit misleading. They just get Tech 9s and armor, some smokes as well, so they still save about $1,000 per player. And they'll try their luck towards middle.
What boxer do you think OJ's going to fight? Can we get Mike Tyson?
Anthony Joshua probably, so you can get him involved.
Okay. I'm so down. I want a front row seat. That's a front row seat. Nitro was a little bit too close to the action. JW's got him out of the equation. Brolan with the P250, just waiting to see if anyone's going to push past the truck, but there's no real need to do so for Fnatic. The smoke's in place. They're looking for their first T-sided round, and they might have it, because look at the HP. Look at Twists and Taco, though, because they pulled it back to a 3-on-3, and Elige gets the distraction in his favor, baited in from Bank, and Exist is out of the picture. This is turning as quickly as you possibly could have dared. Although Crims has found Taco, it's low HP, and that should be enough as Crims gets all 3 from the front side of the bathrooms. And listen to Fnatic.
Yeah, they're feeling in now. They still have a horse in this race, as you can see that's their first round in the second half. It's not too bad, though. They're only down 3-1, so it's not like it's getting out of control for them. They're absolutely fine here with Crims absolutely lighting them up from the bathrooms. Look at this play through the smoke of the HEs as well. He finds so many kills when you can see that. I was about to say, I can barely see anyone on my screen. He's like, well, all right, I'll take it. Why not?
Shout out to Corey Megaman Gilberts, a man who would have a phenomenal mustache if he wanted to.
He absolutely would.
For the 50 pounds, we're getting so close to that polar bear dip, and I can already feel the shrinkage, but that's just me on a regular basis. So okay. Down Broland already. Compose yourself, Henry.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Don't think about my genitalia like that. As Nitro has the AWP. Taco, Deagle waiting. Twist doing the same. They want to play it off of each other when they walk in from Monster. JW trying to get the angle. That's pretty sick. Not only that, Crims actually hit the shot to the other side. That's so good. That's like a top mid-entry on Inferno where they have a crossfire set. Naf gets one back, but that's it. Fnatic's about to find number 13.
This was a fully invested Liquid as well. They have just potentially opened the door opportunity wide open for Fnatic. They're going to have 13-7 here. Unless they save this AWP and this AK, okay, then they actually have a fighting chance. Maybe what I was building up there won't actually hold much weight because they have to buy pretty much next round. I would say looking to shut down the fact that Fnatic don't have a massive amount of cash built up.
Well, Fnatic's now going to find 13. They might find this series. That would be both of our pre-quarters, I'm calling them, because it determines who goes to the semis, but it's not really a quarterfinal in that the person who doesn't win the series goes into the actual quarters tomorrow. So these pre-quarterfinals, if you will, both of the teams that were favored, both Astralis and Liquid, would come up short.
Yes, that's true. Pre-quarterfinals, I like that. It's not that, but it's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, it's really the only thing I could come up with.
Yeah, no, it works. I think it actually makes a lot of sense. Anyway.
Did something good, Dad.
I did something. Do they force buy? They actually don't, but like I said, this is enough to win a round. An AWP in the hands of Nitro, a Legion AK, especially that. He has got one of the best aims in the game. And Nitro with the boost, he'll take down Crims. They maybe wanted to be a little bit more careful with this one as they give up their all-important kill. Luckily, that weapon can't be retrieved just yet. JW, hello, finds an flight on the tool shed. And for now, it's Taco with the deagle. I still think he gets this kill. I can feel it. Nope, not quite. Well, Taco let me down, though.
Titty?
Yeah.
You going to let him know?
Yeah, I might have to.
All right. Well, Nitro's got other ideas with the AWP. We'll see if he can make up for it. He's a bit timid, or I guess scared, maybe even, of Long, because you can see he doesn't want to peek out to the bathrooms. Instead, he's going to be very limited. Oh, nade on top of the Molotov. Luckily for him, he got out of the flames fast enough that it won't be too detrimental. He's got an angle toward the truck, though. The one thing they didn't smoke, the one thing they didn't check. Oh, he nearly got it through. Good play from Twist. Couldn't deny the bomb, though. That might be the round in itself. If he did, they would have a chance at it. Nitro in a 1-on-2 could absolutely pull it off with the AWP, but now he's really trying to chomp at the bit. It's Broland waiting close up as well. You can hear him jumping on the bumper, but even still, Nitro finds his third on the AWP in the round, and he knows that it's up close where Twist is. Spotted his head. It's a pixel shot. It's a tough one. You got to give him that as Twist holds on just barely to go 14-7 Fnatic.
It would have been tough without the kit to even find that defuse, but there it is. 14-7, Fnatic knocking on the door of the semi-finals. This is Twist's first LAN event with Fnatic. So far in all the matches, he's held a 1.10 rating and plus 34 kill-to-death ratio. He has been around for a while. A lot of you probably haven't heard of him. You only started watching CS in the last 2 years. Hasn't necessarily been a big name, but always kind of in the shadows of CS. Always been considered a top talent, but never really found a team that's actually found him a storied sort of legacy. You know, he hasn't really had that. He's been in Godsend, who didn't really do much, but we'll see now. Nafly find the first pick, but JW hunting for the next kill.
Elige with the AUG in hand. Broland just on the other side of the wall. Certainly trying to get an angle. He's going to go back out, actually, with that AUG. So he's so close to Broland, but the AK, that range, you definitely favor it. They'll get closer. Nitro, meanwhile, goes back over towards short. Nitro. They desperately need this round, or Fnatic could absolutely find themselves in a semifinal. As Nitro tries to spray in. Now, that would mean they stay on the opposite side of the bracket to Astralis. Some people might actually prefer that, but for them, I don't think they will. If you're going to win, you got to beat everyone, and you want to do it with the easiest, or at least the lane of least resistance. So that was, listen, I'm going to
try again. You
do it for me.
No, you.
The lane of least resistance.
Perfect.
It's like French class all over again, Henry.
The job's worth doing. It's worth doing properly, Matthew.
Well, the point being that they won't love the fact that they've now got to go to a quarterfinal.
15-7. That's pretty much a death sentence at this point for Liquids. They only have 4th stage loss bonus and a saved M4. Really not ideal. Fnatic, I'm actually happy for them. It's nice to see, you know, like, you can see their care now. They're hungry. They're really passionate. They're celebrating. I've casted probably hundreds of Fnatic maps now. I've never really, in this sort of environment, never really felt that passion from them. Only when they lose I see it, not when they're winning. And I think it does help.
That's true. They're kind of like a negative energy.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way of putting it. And it's, for anyone watching at home, probably not aware as much as we are, you can't really feel that vibe. But it's lovely to see them actually finding that love of the game and getting themselves in a fantastic position in this tournament. Liquid, you can see not as jovial over there, unfortunately for them. They just had to be a loser, but they can still hold on. I'll take 8 rounds in a row at this point.
Elige waiting for it as well. That's a good angle to have. Leg shot with the scout. Even with an op, that's still not a kill. Was it a leg shot? It looked like a leg shot, but the damage is actually a lot higher.
Yeah.
So that must have hit the body. Well, nonetheless, It's down toward the underpass, where in which we have smokes at the ready, but it's over toward Monster, where in which we have 5 players really keen to get inside of the site and close this game for Fnatic, to close this series and get through to Saturday. That gives them tomorrow off. Flash in and twist. He's forced out. They looked away. They looked away. They nearly gave him more. In fact, it's basically 2 because Crim's TK's Brolan. So this is still Team Liquid with the man advantage and a good position to be in with 35 seconds left.
This is actually looking quite good. The scramble towards the A site, but only Elige is in position to defend it. He's only got the scout mat. This might not be as convincing as we thought. Oh my god. JW with the drive-by of the AWP. That's insane. And now that could be game. 3-on-3. There is a kip, but no utility for this retake. Matt, take us home.
I want to just take you home. I don't really want
doing that already.
Weird. Weird flex, but okay. Naf tries to go for the smoke. It's Nitro down. It certainly looks like the end is existing. Taco, Naf, he's got to do it all. 1-on-2. He's got low HP to go against on both exists and GW, to be fair, but GW's got enough information by jumping up. He still only has the pistol, though. Naf could still pull this off. Tags him again. 1 shot for both. The kit's there. He knows he's got to go long on it, but Exist knows he does not need to peek this, and it's over. Fnatic are into a semifinal. Look at them. This is great to see from them.
Keep it on them, boys. This is so cool. A historic moment, I would say. This new look Fnatic has got more passion. They've got more skill. The teamwork and strategies need a little bit of work there, but this team has got promise now. Team Liquid are not out of the tournament. They'll go to the quarterfinals. The Fnatic go through to the semis. An amazing series there, Matt. One we all enjoyed there. And you can see it's not a big deal for Liquid. They're still in the playoffs. It was a nice berth to the semis, but still, Fnatic are going to be super happy with that one.
Super happy indeed. And with that, we send it to the studio. Brolan's bringing some life to Fnatic, boys.
Absolutely outrageous. Fnatic, they have just found a new lease of life. All it took was a roster change and then some. I do have Lurpis and Sponge, but yes, my goodness. Liquid, of all teams, team many thought would win the major, a team many had on the podium here in Chicago, are going to have to do it the hard way, courtesy of Fnatic.
Actually, it turns out to be the slightly easier way, but I don't want to detract from Fnatic's. The bracket side of things becomes a little bit easier for them now.
Why you got to do me like?
I'm sorry, Alex. The fact of the matter is,
let me back Alex up really quick before you go on with your actual thought, which I agree with, by the way. Per HLTV rankings, which aren't fully updated for Fnatic because they haven't played tournaments yet.
Yeah.
Fnatic's 26th in the world currently. Liquid is 3rd.
There's some context.
Yes, it's a gargantuan victory, and I think for me, this last map, that Brolan swing round number 10 with the saved AAK over towards that A bomb site, that really ignited him with confidence. You could see the individual plays he was going for on that CT side. The underarm pop flash.
Great.
He did the underarm pop flash over the hedge, picked out long-range duel over Fountain, taking a kill there. He felt so activated after that. This is his first Tier 1, I guess, a star performance offline. Liquid is no team to bat an eyelid at.
Yeah, the last time Fnatic found themselves in the top 4 of a Tier 1 event was Marseille. And before that, we have to look way back until Katowice. The organization hasn't had top 4s, and already they're in the semi-final, just like that. Clap of your hands, beat Team Liquid in a best of 3, and on maps that you're unfamiliar with this roster. They had 3 on record on Overpass.
Yeah, so this for them, the fact that they're able to do this, sure, I think we need to attribute, Liquid did look a little bit flat. They were making uncharacteristic mistakes. They were actually being run around the map by a team who really just have mid-round chemistry and are in their early stages. So when you think of that in context, we did set it up that, what did I say? It was going to be a lion being Liquid in a cage with a freshly born giraffe. Well, that giraffe learned how to walk pretty quick.
My goodness, well, we have that giraffe on camera right now. Mr. Brolan, top of the scoreboard, 27 frags on that last map, the newest edition, and just 16 years of age in that Fnatic jersey. The new era of CSGO is with Trace.
I'm here with the prodigy of Fnatic, Brolan himself, the 16-year-old that is definitely blazing the saddles. My friend, how are you feeling right now because you have just beaten up on Liquid?
It feels amazing. Like, we're struggling a little bit online, like before this event. Yeah, it feels amazing being in the same final.
So I've got to ask you, you guys took it all the way to 3 maps. Obviously, there were some ups and downs, but I need to ask you about playing alongside of some of these veterans. And being that you are that at a young age, how long have you been watching these guys play?
like Fnatic, like 3 years, I think. I've started like since I started to play CS:GO. I love Fnatic. It was my favorite team and stuff. So
Well, good deal. So what are you guys going to do going forward from here? Obviously, winning this was a big deal.
yes, I don't know. I don't know. It's like I'm just feeling so. I'm so happy. I don't know.
Should we do the hand check where you like put your hand out and see if it's still shaking a little bit? Just a little bit. Anyway, congratulations, Brolin. I'm going to let you go do your thing. Also, we do have a little bit of number statistics here that I'm going to have to say onward to the camera, where in which it does look like we raised 6,594 pounds during that segment, rounding it up to an even 10,000. Shout out Sadakis for making it happen. There's some numbers for the Desta breakdown. Take it away, Alex.
That is absurd. 6,000 in one series. This
You know,
is the
Alex,
CS:GO community.
I have another number which is slightly more relevant to our series here.
Go on then.
Brolin finished with plus 15 kill death differential. No one else on the server had better than 5.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he just had a absolute balls to the walls performance.
Yeah, with the likes of Twist in there, Elige in there, Naf in there, players who were touting, you know,
Who
as
cares?
potentially top
Yeah.
10 in the world. This guy's come along and just absolutely stomped them out. That unknown factor has definitely played it, you know, all the way out for Fnatic here. But the thing is, they're learning as we're learning about them. They're growing, and this is the potential is there, and the fire in the belly is the most exciting thing.
15 multi-kill rounds between just 2 players, JW and Brolan. I mean, that says enough. They really have had some standout individual performances. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm just excited to see what they do next time they step into the server. Of course, that will be in the semi-finals. They get a day off now, and you guys don't, because more Counter-Strike is on the way. I do want to bring up that bracket so you can see exactly what has shaped up, what has... Well, as the cards have fallen, what we've been left with. We wave goodbye to more teams here. North eliminated, as were MIBR, of course, the day before. This bracket has been cutthroat, and that puts LDLC versus NRG, which the French, they were loud and they were proud. They managed to win in a full 3.
That is insane. We saw a tweet coming in the lower third before from Sean Gares about all the teams they've beaten recently. This is best of 3 wins against Renegades, North, and NRG, all in the same tournament, all teams who are well and truly above them in the rankings. Since the addition of, you know, the 2 new Frenchies.
Devo, Duvek, and Amanek.
Yeah, I didn't want to butcher them, who played with Misfits. These guys have been looking like a whole new team. I used to criticize them online for looking extremely flat, and they were lost, and now that skill has all come together. Even Toino on the AWP is getting things done.
He certainly is, yes. The Belgian, who has been criticized, has found form when it matters here in Chicago. That was Group A. This is Group B. You can see things have chopped and changed. And we do have a result for Mouse Sports. They sent Big home earlier today.
Yeah, look, I look at this one here and I think to myself, Luminosity, yeah, they kind of performed pretty decently. The big game, you know, it was a bit of a, it wasn't flat, but like, it could have been a closer series. Yeah. This group feels like it went more as we expected.
Slightly more predictable, but certainly not Fnatic versus Liquid. That one caught us by surprise, and this one might too, because we have a schedule for you. So much more Counter-Strike to come, and tomorrow it is going to be 2 big games. We talked about LDLC and their prowess. Well, look who they will be facing.
Yikes.
We do get to see... Wait, what?
It should be LDLC versus Liquid, and it should
Fnatic.
be Mouse Force versus Astralis tomorrow. Those are the 2 games, and that is why... Oh, the graphic was wrong? Oh, the graphic is wrong.
That's why I stutter. LDLC versus Liquid. Of course, Fnatic are locked in for the semi-finals, but Astralis Mouse as well.
Well, this is what I was talking about with the bracket situation.
Tommy, that's going to be fire.
That's the ouch. that's the one time you wouldn't mind maybe, you know,
losing a series,
having a bit of a tough luck in the third map. You know, a couple of things going against you, and it's all gone from great to worse for Fnatic. But I mean, should they make it through here, now that's a hell of a performance.
So just for everybody to understand, Liquid now play LDLC, who we all know is probably considered to be a weaker team. If they were to have won that series versus Fnatic, they would have had to have faced up against the winner of Mouse Sports and Astralis. This way they have to play an extra series, but LDLC they should be able to beat. Now we know they're playing well, but they should be able to beat, and then they play FaZe, right? So you would consider that an easier opponent than Astralis, even though FaZe did beat Astralis earlier today. I know Counter-Strike maths, it doesn't always add up.
It's always a bumpy road.
But Astralis is the best team in the world, and if you're Liquid, you want to avoid them until the grand finals.
You certainly do. And with all of that said, those are the correct games now on your screens. You do have, indeed, get to see LDLC versus Liquid on the opener of the day. Just 2 best of 3s tomorrow. Be sure to join us bright and early as we continue our Counter-Strike adventure here in Chicago. That's all from myself, my analysts, my casters, and of course the Magical production team, as we'll see you tomorrow for more of the same.